Apologies for the shitty audio quality, but please stay for the video. It's going to be a nice, short, sweet video. Both my mics decided to die, but I'm still doing this because I think it's an important message. It's just something that has been coming to me the past week or two, and for some reason I keep changing mics, charging them, and they're not working. So I'm like, all right, nah, this is sabotage. So I'm gonna keep going. Something I've noticed in a lot of people, and myself as well, especially with certain personalities, we are prone to analysis paralysis. We are prone to thinking about the thing we're supposed to do or that we want to do, to the point that we don't do the thing anymore. Like maybe there's something right now you're thinking about, and you know you've been procrastinating, you know you haven't been doing it, you know you've just been thinking, I have to have it just right in order for everything to be correct, in order for all my ducks to be in a row. But the thing is, life, your ducks are not supposed to be all in a row. Yes, we can try to do things that will help us. There are certain patterns we can recognize and certain things we can do, and there'll be an effect to it, like cause and effect. Like most likely if we do A, B, C, and D, we'll have X, Y, and Z result. But the thing is, life is chaotic. Life has curveballs. Life doesn't always work that way, and I'm sure all of us have experienced that, where we plan things out and something unexpected comes and crashes the party. It's just a part of life. The thing is, when you've grown up in a chaotic environment, when you've grown up with parents that probably scolded you, beat you, or whatever it was, and there were severe consequences to you being wrong or to you not being perfect or behaving in a way that wasn't the way that your surroundings, your environment wanted you to behave, then it's going to be difficult for you to let yourself be imperfect as an adult or as a teenager. It's going to be very difficult for you to let that go. And I know I'm someone that suffers from that like severely, and it's taken years, it's taken a lot of time to really work on that and allow myself to be imperfect, allow myself to be wrong, allow myself to have cracks. And the thing is, a lot of the time, especially for us more like perfectionist type, and perfectionism is really just a form of self-sabotage usually, it's because we are scared of letting go of control. At the root of it is a fear of losing control, a fear of being imperfect, a fear of consequences. Like for myself in my life, I I can feel and remember the sheer terror of a child doing something wrong. I knew that something bad was going to happen, that at home I was going to get it. And I knew a lot of kids like that. You know, I grew up in a impoverished community. I grew up in a certain community where corporal punishment is extremely common. That's just like the common practice. I grew up in an environment where children were just like items in a way. We're just like, oh, like you did this wrong, I'm gonna beat your ass. And I remember the sheer terror of that. Oh my god, I spilled a little bit of milk, I'm gonna get beat. And it's kind of crazy to think about now as an adult, especially how like a child spilling milk, why would that have such a severe consequence? Like it's not really that big of a deal, right? It's not like it's spilled milk, literally it's spilled milk. But there are things in our childhood that have happened, that have triggered us, that have consequences, severe consequences. And sometimes it doesn't even have to be physical. It's just as a child we interpret things in a lot more personal way, and a lot more like, this makes me a faulty human being, this makes me a bad human being. If I don't behave perfectly, I'm not going to be loved. If I don't behave perfectly, I'm going to get hurt. And this has been one of the things that has held me back the most. There's a lot of shame in that, a lot of shame in feeling like we can't be wrong, because when we do something wrong, and we will, that's the thing, we will do something wrong, we will be wrong, there will be cracks, there will be faults. When we feel that, there's a strong pull of shame, and there's a fear that we feel like, oh my god, like something bad's gonna happen. I still catch myself to this day. I still catch myself having that visceral reaction in my body. Like if I do something wrong at work, my work is kind of serious. Like I work with things that have very dire consequences if I don't do my job correctly. But let's say I make a minor mistake, it's very difficult. Like I feel like the world is going to end. Like I'm gonna get beat like I was a child. Like something really, really bad is gonna happen. And usually it's just like, oh, like you just that wrong, don't do it again. That's it. Like it's really not that serious. But in my perception, it feels like the world is crumbling down on me, and I'm scared. I could feel that fight or flight start to kick in. So right now, today, this video, I want you to practice, like right now, like just intentionally listen to me for these next few moments, because it's very important to genuinely come back to your center, come back to yourself right now. If you're distracted, if you're thinking about a million other things, or you're, you know, kind of triggered because I'm talking about this, like, come back. You're here, you're safe, you're okay, and it's just me and you right now. And picture yourself, picture the little you, you know, the little you that was scared, the little you that didn't have control, the little you that couldn't do anything about the things that were going to happen to him or her. What I want you to do is really visualize that little you, and you're walking towards that little you, that child. And what would you do? You know, what would you do for that child? Now you're an adult, you're sovereign, you have power and control. You're a responsible adult who has sovereignty, who has control over your own domain, your own space. And that child, however they're feeling, maybe scared, maybe unloved, you would maybe, for myself, I'm visualizing right now, I'm hugging myself, and I'm giving myself comfort and telling myself that you're okay, and it's okay if you're not perfect, it's okay if you make mistakes, it's okay, and that no matter what, I love you, that no matter what happens, I love you, and I'll keep you safe, and I'll keep doing the things that make you feel safe. That's what I would want to express to myself, and help myself feel that safety, and give myself permission, like, you're allowed to have flaws, you're allowed to not be perfect, it's okay, you don't have to be perfect, you can be wrong, and give yourself that permission. Now your adult self, like, really genuinely give yourself the permission to be wrong in opinion, be wrong about business idea, be wrong about the next steps you're going to take, but that you want to take, but you're too scared because maybe you're going to do the wrong thing, maybe you're going to fail. Give yourself permission to fail if you do. If you don't accomplish that one thing, it's okay. Don't make it so elevated. Like, if you don't reach that thing, it's okay, but give yourself the permission to try, to do your best. And if you fail, you fall on your face, it's all right. It doesn't make you any less than, it doesn't make you a failure. And know that you're gonna get back up, either try again, pivot. Maybe you don't want to do that thing after all, but there's always a lesson to learn, even when we're wrong, even when we fail. This is genuinely something I'm telling myself to this day, and I've done a lot of work in this realm, and it's something that I notice in my body, this perfectionism, this analysis paralysis. It has many names. It's really stemming from the same thing. Even with people, sometimes I overreact, right? Or sometimes I get caught up in my emotions, I get irritated or mad, and I'm like, I feel bad about it, but that's shame. And not saying that it's correct, but rather, hey, you're human, we're human, we're gonna react these ways, we're not gonna be Buddha, we're not perfect. Even if we're in these more spiritual circles or meditating or really working on ourselves, it's okay. Like, we're going to mess up. Apologize to that person or whatever happened in that situation, and then move on. It's okay. So, like me, really practice giving yourself permission to fail, to not be perfect, to be wrong. It's okay. Own it. Own it. You're wrong. All right, I'm wrong. I failed. Yeah, I failed. But I'm gonna keep going. I apologize. The audio quality might not be great because, like I said, my mics died. Like, literally, I have two mics in here, and they both are not live. Like, they don't have charge, and I don't know what's up with that. Like, something's going on. But I really wanted to record this video because I tried another time, and it's just been thing after thing. If you enjoyed this video, if you like this, I invite you to subscribe, to follow me, and like this video. Share it to someone who might benefit from this. I'll have links down below. I'm actually starting up a blog about subconscious reprogramming and other topics that have helped me, and I want to be able to share if you're more of a reading type. So check that out down below. Especially if you're a guy, you might be interested in following me, because I do emphasize a lot of masculinity and men's roles, because as a man myself, I get it that sometimes it's like self-healing space. Sometimes there's not a lot for us that isn't super unhealthy in either direction, you know, either too passive or too aggressive, and too egotistical and too ego driven, and also too over here where it's like, not that softness is wrong, but rather when we as men want a solid foundation with other men. We want to be able to be men and hold space for other men, and also like be able to balance both, right? The masculine and the feminine, the do and be. So if you are interested in that, go ahead and check out my other videos. Maybe something will call out your name. Oh, and I almost forgot, I actually have a Discord community that I've set up. I have more resources there, an exclusive discount for my website, a 50% discount you can't get anywhere else. I genuinely invite you to come join my community, and I'd love to see you there. Thank you for watching. I promise the audio quality is going to be better. I pray that the audio quality is decent. But if not, maybe I'll redo this. Anyway, I can't wait to see you, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.